Welcome to my podcast. It's Chupadoodles here, and my name is Natasha, and it's so nice to meet y'all finally face to face. So in the last part of the podcast, let's just talk a wee bit about that. I was talking about how I had that mental block as I only thought about furthering my studies but not my future per se. I basically thought my next step was a PhD. I remember sitting in my professor's office and he asked me what I was going to do for my future. I was really unsure about what I wanted to do. I think I told him that I just wanted to go back home and enjoy my time back in Singapore because I was originally from Singapore, so I wanted a wee break from studying. And I don't know how it came up, but the idea of a PhD was talked about. And at that point of time, I actually thought it was like a really smart decision because it sounded like quite professional. This was when I didn't really have a passion for research anymore, because if you want to do a PhD, you need to have a passion for research. And in my mind, I just wanted to stop thinking about my future, and I saw a PhD as a good opportunity to just not think about the future but just continue studying. So I didn't have like the correct intentions when I was thinking about a PhD. I also just finished my master's, so it seemed like a logical step for me to go through. Sorry. Oh, bless you, Chaco. So basically, for a PhD in my university, you needed to have a grade point average of 7. And I told myself that I wouldn't do a PhD if I didn't get the scholarship. Because for the scholarship, we needed a grade point average of 7. And it was also really expensive. That's why I was really hesitant. Plus, I didn't have a passion for research. I think I needed to pay fees of $14,000 a year. I didn't want to pay that much unless I got the scholarship. So I studied really, really hard, and that period was doing my master's research project. So it was my last paper for my master's. And I think I had 2 more months to go. And this was when I was in my professor's office still thinking about what I should do for my future. It was more like a mini thesis where you just do a project for 6 months with a supervisor, and you work with your supervisor along the way. And for this research project, I needed an A- in order to get a PhD scholarship. But guess what? After months of working so hard on the master's research project, I got a B+. Yes, I got a B+. So I was actually 1 grade short of getting the PhD scholarship. And it was actually a really messy process because there was a lot of politics going on in the department I was studying in. So I put everything on hold and I told my professor I'll think about it. And my professor was like, anyway, it doesn't start till next year in, I think, March, the academic year. So I actually went back home for a holiday in Singapore. I actually went back to Singapore in, I think, June to all the way to August. And then I came back to New Zealand. It was summer. So summer came and my professor asked me what was I doing. Am I still thinking about a PhD? And I was like, I don't know whether I should do the PhD. And he offered me to do a summer research internship with him, which was really nice of him. So I stayed back in New Zealand while my partner went to Singapore to visit. And I did the summer research internship, and I was really dreading research. I felt so exhausted from just sitting in my room doing research about... I think I was doing research about contemporary art in museums. And it was not for me because there was a lot of liaising with different stakeholders and talking to them about their pursuit in arts. And although it was interesting, it was not something I wanted to research about. Although I was very grateful for the opportunity my professor gave me, because I think he gave me that opportunity because he saw that I didn't know what to do. But anyway, I figured out that I didn't want to do research anymore after that research internship. And then COVID hit really badly. It was like everyone started going into lockdown and quarantine. That was the period. It was just starting to get really serious. And it was during that time where I bought an iPad. Initially, I didn't even think about buying an iPad actually. It was my partner who bought a Samsung Tab 7. And I was like, can I draw on it? And then I realized, oh my god, I love drawing and I'm having so much fun, even though I didn't draw very well. I think I drew on his Samsung tablet, and it was a very basic drawing app, I think. And he suggested for me to buy an iPad, and it was the best decision ever. Right, Chaco? Yeah, it was the best decision ever, because I bought Procreate, and it was like, I think the best $16 I spent my whole life, because I get to do what I love. And my love for art rekindled during that time. Although my drawings weren't really good, I'll put some photos of my old drawings over here. It took me a long time before I actually bought an iPad though, because I was like researching which drawing tablet I should buy, because when I was young I used to draw on like a tablet where you plug it into the computer and you draw on, I think I was using Corel Illustrator, Corel Draw and Photoshop during that time, and I really had a lot of fun drawing. It's Chaco eating paper time. Buddy, no eating paper. It is not for you. No, buddy. Okay, relax. Good boy. Good boy, huh? I know you like paper. And during that time, I wasn't actually thinking of starting a business. I just wanted to draw and practice. So I did some research on Skillshare about how to use Procreate, and I started experimenting with different styles as well. And I took so long to draw some drawings, and I felt like my drawings looked really bad. But it's okay, I just kept drawing. And I think I started another business. It was like a Christian business while doing Chupadoodles. And during that time, my style for Chupadoodles wasn't like fully like finalized yet. I was still experimenting. But before starting that whole Christian business, I was actually just looking at YouTube videos. And there were so many different creators that popped up on my news feed. Is it called newsfeed or explore page? I think Pamela the Peach showed some really cute drawings of Animal Crossing, and during that time I used to play Animal Crossing a lot with my friends back in Singapore. So I had a lot of fun watching her videos, and I also watched Catnip, and they inspired me to start my own store. And that's when I actually started Chupadoodles. On the side, I also did a Christian business, but I stopped doing that Christian business as it was really hard to juggle between Chupadoodles and that business. I'll show some stickers of what I did for the Christian business over here. But I also launched my Etsy store during this time. That was I think September in 2020. I launched Chupadoodles Etsy store, and I was so excited, and I was telling everyone on Instagram because I saw some tutorials about how to launch your Etsy store, and they say you always need to tell people, so I was trying my best to tell everyone. But when I launched, I was so excited. I was waiting by the phone, and I didn't have any cha-ching, because like on Etsy, because I started on Etsy, if you get a sale you get a cha-ching, but I didn't get any cha-ching. So yeah, I was actually quite sad, but it's okay. My partner bought for me, and I think two of my close friends bought for me, and I was really touched by them. And I felt during that period I failed because although I felt I made something that I was proud of, it didn't gather any attention. Yeah, but that's the story for these two podcast episodes. I'll talk more about how I dealt with my failure or like learning experiences in the next podcast episode, so please stay tuned. And if you don't know me, everyone, my name is Natasha and I'm the owner of Chupadoodles, and it's so nice to meet y'all. I'm Natasha and this is Chaco. I don't know what he's doing actually. Can you see what he's doing? He's looking down. I don't know what he's... Nice backside, huh? Yeah. So if you want to check out my artwork, it's all linked down below. I have my Etsy store, I have my Shopify store, my Chupa Club membership. If you're interested in becoming a member, it will mean a lot to me. I'm also based in Melbourne, so sometimes you might see me in markets. So thank you so much for joining. Lots of love from me and Chaco. Stop biting my people. Chaco, come say bye-bye. I don't know if you can see him. Oh, sorry buddy. He doesn't like it. But yeah. He's my cushion for my bag and he's trying to bite my paper. He really likes paper, so I need to be more cautious. But thanks for joining everyone. Take care. Bye! Okay.
Have confidence in the things you do.
I think Chaco farted.